Just as I reached for the knife to cut the cake, David's expression shifted. Suddenly, he grabbed the entire cake and smashed it over my head. Everything went silent. Frosting and crumbs slid down my face as I stood there stunned. Why would he do this? What's really happening? Hello everyone, my name is Anna, a 32-year-old marketing director living in New York City. Tonight, I'm standing in front of my closet, trying to decide what to wear for my 5th wedding anniversary party. 5 years, can you believe it? It feels like just yesterday that David and I were exchanging vows after our whirlwind romance. Babe, have you seen my diamond earrings? I call out to David. Check the top drawer where you always leave them, he replies, sounding a bit annoyed. I roll my eyes. Right, because I'm so forgetful, I mutter under my breath as I find the earrings. Catching my reflection in the mirror, I smile to myself. Not too bad for someone who spends more time in a boardroom than getting dressed up. I take a deep breath and smooth down my dress. Showtime. The doorbell rings, and I hear David greeting the first guests. Plastering on my best host smile, I head downstairs. Anna, darling, you look absolutely stunning. My best friend Claire gushes as she kisses my cheek. Thanks, Claire. I'm so glad you could make it, I say warmly. I spot David's mother, Miriam, scrutinizing the decor with her usual critical eye. Anna, dear, don't you think these centerpieces are a bit much? She asks, her voice dripping with disapproval. I bite back a retort and smile politely. I think they're lovely, Miriam, but thanks for the feedback. David slides up beside me, wrapping an arm around my waist. Mom, everything looks perfect. Anna did an amazing job. His support comforts me, but I notice his grip tightening slightly as Miriam raises an eyebrow. As more guests arrive, including my parents and David's sister Natalie, I slip into hostess mode, laughing at the right moments, keeping glasses full, and ensuring that the conversation flows smoothly. So, Anna, any new projects in the works? My dad asks, pride evident in his voice. Actually, yes. I'm working on launching a new product line. It's still early, but I'm really excited about it. I reply enthusiastically. That's wonderful, sweetheart, my mom chimes in. Out of the corner of my eye, I see David's jaw clench. We haven't exactly talked about this project yet, and I know he's not thrilled about the demands it will place on me. The atmosphere feels tense. Maybe it's Miriam's constant whispering to David or the sympathetic glances Natalie keeps throwing my way. But I push those thoughts aside. It's our anniversary after all. Everything should be perfect, right? The party is in full swing, and I'm feeling good. Maybe it's the champagne, or maybe it's just the joy of having all our friends and family here. Either way, it's time to cut the cake. David, honey, let's cut the cake. I call out, giggling as I approach the elegantly decorated centerpiece. David weaves through the crowd toward me, but before I can pick up the knife, Miriam's voice cuts through the noise. Wait just a moment, we have a family tradition for this. Let's do it properly, she insists. I roll my eyes, feeling bold from the bubbly warmth. Oh, come on, Miriam, it's just cake. Without waiting, I grab the knife and playfully slice a small piece. The next thing I know, there's a blur of movement, and suddenly, the entire cake is slammed onto my head. The room goes deathly silent. It takes a second for me to realize what just happened. David, my husband, has smashed the cake onto my head in front of everyone. My scalp stings from the impact, but the humiliation is far worse. I feel the weight of everyone's eyes on me, the collective gasp echoing in the room. Without a word, I turn and run, barely hearing Claire call my name as she follows me upstairs. In our bedroom, I collapse, sobbing. Claire wraps her arms around me as I break down. Anna, oh my God, are you okay? I can't believe he did that, she says, her voice full of concern. I don't know what happened, I stammer, still in shock. Claire's voice turns firm. Anna, listen to me. This isn't okay. You need to leave him. This isn't the first time he's tried to control you. You know it. I hear raised voices from downstairs. My dad's fury cuts through the murmur. How dare you humiliate my daughter like that? I bury my face in my hands. This can't be happening. It's all a misunderstanding, right? Claire's phone buzzes. She glances at it, her face hardening. It's a text from Natalie. She says, "You won't believe this. Miriam's actually praising David for what he did. She's recording it." I feel sick. How did everything go so wrong so fast? "Anna," Claire says gently, "you don't have to go back down there. We can leave right now." But I shake my head. No, I need to fix this. It was just a misunderstanding. Despite Claire's protests, I reapply my makeup, carefully covering the red mark on my cheek. I force a smile, though it feels like it's cracking at the edges, and head back downstairs. The party is still going, but the atmosphere is thick with tension. I hear whispers and catch sideways glances, but I push through. "Everything's fine," I announce, my voice only slightly shaky. "Just a little too much champagne, that's all." I spend the rest of the night in a daze, playing the perfect hostess, laughing at jokes, and refilling glasses, all while avoiding David's eyes. When the last guest finally leaves, I slip upstairs and collapse into bed, feigning a headache to avoid talking to him. Now I'm lying here, wide awake, replaying not just tonight, but the past few years, the times David would joke at my expense in front of others, how he always seemed to know where I was and who I was with, and how Miriam was always there, hovering, criticizing, pushing. I roll over, burying my face in the pillow. It was just a mistake, right? He didn't mean it. He loves me, doesn't he? Weeks have passed since the party, and I've thrown myself into work, trying to bury the memory of that night. I've been avoiding calls from Claire and my parents, making excuses about being too busy with my new project. It's easier than facing the truth. "Anna, we need to go over these reports," says Jake, the new senior manager, as he walks into my office. I look up, startled. "Oh right, sorry, I was lost in thought." Jake smiles, his expression warm and genuine. "No worries. How about we grab some coffee and go through them?" As we work, I find myself relaxing. Jake actually listens to my ideas and values my input. It's refreshing to be around someone who respects me. Then my phone buzzes again. "Claire," I silence it quickly. "Everything okay?" Jake asks, concern in his eyes. I force a smile. "Yeah, just some personal stuff." Later that day, I finally cave and call Claire back. "Anna, thank God," she says as soon as she answers. "We need to talk. Can you meet me? There's something I need to show you." There's something in her voice that makes me agree. An hour later, I'm sitting across from Claire and Natalie in a quiet cafe, my stomach in knots. "Anna, we found some things," Claire starts, her voice soft. "Natalie, show her." Natalie slides a folder across the table toward me. "I'm so sorry, Anna, but you need to see this." My hands tremble as I open the folder, financial records, emails, photos. My world starts spinning. "He's been stealing from your company," Claire says gently. "And that's not all." Natalie pulls out her phone and plays an audio recording. I hear David's voice, followed by Miriam's. "We need to get control of her assets before she catches on," David says. "Once the divorce is finalized." I feel like I'm going to be sick. Divorce? But Natalie's face is full of sympathy, and I know there's more. "He's been having an affair," she says quietly, "with his assistant." The cafe suddenly feels too small, the walls closing in. I stumble out onto the street, Claire and Natalie right behind me. "Anna, breathe," Claire says, grabbing my shoulders. "I know it's a lot, but we're here for you." As the shock begins to wear off, anger rises in its place. "How long have you known?" I ask, my voice unsteady. "We started digging after the party," Natalie admits. "I couldn't stand by any longer, not after what he did." I take a deep breath, trying to steady myself. "What else?" They exchange glances before Claire speaks again. Miriam's been spreading rumors, trying to ruin your reputation in the industry. I laugh bitterly. Of course she has. Natalie hesitates, her voice soft. There's something else, Anna. David, he's planning to file for divorce. He wants control of everything you've built. I feel like I've been punched in the gut again, but beneath the pain, there's something else, determination. No, I say, my voice firmer than I feel. No, he's not going to take anything from me. Not anymore. Claire squeezes my hand. What do you want to do? I straighten up, meeting their eyes. I want to fight back. I want to protect myself, my career, everything I've worked for. And I want David to pay for what he's done. Natalie nods. We're with you, Anna, all the way. As we start to plan our next move, a strange mix of emotions floods through me. Yes, I'm devastated, but I'm also angry. For the first time in a long time, I feel powerful. David thinks he can destroy me? Let him try. I'm done being a victim in this story. It's time to write my own ending. For weeks, I've been working non-stop, setting my plan into motion. Late nights with lawyers, secret meetings with my parents, and endless preparation for tonight's gala. My hands tremble as I adjust my dress, knowing what's about to unfold. You ready for this? Claire asks, squeezing my hand. I take a deep breath, as ready as I'll ever be. We step into the gala, and I spot David and Miriam almost immediately. They're working the room, all smiles and charm. If only everyone knew the truth. Anna, darling. David calls out, his voice dripping with false sweetness. Come, let me introduce you to the Millers. I plaster on a smile. In a minute, honey, I need to prepare for my announcement. As I make my way toward the stage, I catch Natalie's eye. She gives me a subtle nod. Everything is in place. Ladies and gentlemen, I begin, my voice steady despite the rapid beating of my heart. I'm thrilled to announce my latest project. It's a story about truth, justice, and the masks we wear. I pause, glancing at David's smug expression. He thinks this is just another career move, but tonight, it's so much more. But before I tell you about the project, I continue. I'd like to share a different story, my story. The lights dim, and a video begins to play. Gasps ripple through the room as footage of David's controlling behavior and Miriam's manipulation fills the screen. David's face twists in fury as he realizes his private misdeeds are now laid bare for all to see. What is this? He shouts, his voice full of rage. But his outburst is drowned out by Miriam's recorded scheming. The audience watches in shock as financial records flash across the screen, followed by testimonials from former employees. David and Miriam try to push through the crowd, desperate to flee, but they're met at the exit by police officers. David Green, you're under arrest for embezzlement and domestic abuse, an officer announces as he cuffs him. Miriam shrieks, you can't do this. Do you know who we are? But her protests fall on deaf ears as they're both led away. The room erupts in chaos. Reporters clamor for statements. Industry power players express their shock and support. And through it all, I stand tall, finally free from the weight of secrets and lies. In the days that follow, my phone doesn't stop ringing. Interviews, messages of support, even job offers pour in. But what I cherish most are the quiet moments with Claire,